Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Astrology Chat for July 6, 2023. So the keys for today is to be honest about the fact that you are not completely healed. The fact that you're not completely healed doesn't mean that you are not healing, because healing is a continuous process. And no matter how high you ascend, there's still something to integrate. Please remember that. And if you allow yourself to really look at where you have allowed unexpressed feelings, unexpressed needs, a desire to fit in, a desire to be accepted, and your need to be loved at any cost have led you to make decisions or stay in situations that aren't healthy for you, then you're going to have a day of growth. Is it going to be a nice day of growth? It kind of depends on how you handle it. And I say this because we have the moon that is going to be in Aquarius really early in the morning, but then the moon is going to go void at 9:41 a.m. It's going to be void in Aquarius, and then at 1:32 p.m., the moon is going to move into Pisces. So all the aspects I'm about to talk about happen really early in the morning. So when you wake up, even if there isn't something that has immediately happened on the surface, there's a tension in the day, an irritation in the day that's inviting you to either be honest about where you are and what you need to heal. Or if you aren't acting in awareness, you're going to be subject or come in contact with people who want to fight, want to argue, or just want to do things that are just kind of shady so they can just feel something or quote unquote feel a little better. And so when the moon is in Aquarius, it's going to be making an opposition to both Venus and to Mars that are still in a tight range in Leo. And so when the moon is opposing Mars, especially when it's about the moon in the group, then you can have like unexpected fights, this kind of I want to be the bigger person, kind of bit of a cockfight energy, right? Where it's like who has the bigger gun and who's going to be the better warrior. And this is where there's an invitation to be honest about like the passion and desire and the drive to fight, and to stop and ask yourself, what am I fighting for and why am I fighting this? And if it is something that is really committed to you and really important to you, then fine, keep fighting it. But instead of trying to prove yourself in the group, take that energy inside and heal and focus and hone and learn and study. And also with that moon opposing Venus, there is this energy of like, I really do want to be loved and I want to have connection. And in some ways, that can be a good thing. But if that drive is making you lower your standards or agree to connections and relationships or associations that aren't really healthy for you, then babes, that's not real love. That's dependency. And there's nothing wrong with being interdependent, right? There's nothing wrong with having collaborative energy. But if that energy is grounded in trauma, then that's not the move. And you need to stop and figure out why you're still moving in that way. And then we also have the moon making a square to Uranus. And again, we have this energy of the wild card where you're not really quite sure what can happen and where it's going to go. And on the upside, if you use this as an opportunity to see friction as a clarifier, as an indicator of what you need to grow and need to learn, then cool. But if not, again, it can kind of descend into that madness energy. So as I said to you in the part 2 for the astrology yesterday, let the irritation guide you to what needs to be healed. Let what you're missing from other people cause you to stop and think about how you can give yourself what you need. And it's not always about what everybody else is doing, and it's not always on you. There's some point of balance, and our relationships and our interactions with other people are a reflection of where we're at and what we can heal. So don't give up on yourself. Don't get in an unnecessary fight. Don't dog yourself out because you're still learning how to love properly or to love yourself properly. Just give yourself a chance. And when the moon moves into Pisces in the afternoon, there is going to be this desire to like go behind the scenes and dream and believe and understand and create. And that's okay. Take your time. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow.